to tell you about a certain kind of water. Here, let me have a drink of 7-Up first here. I began to study water several years ago because I was trying to find out, what can cancer patients drink? Well, you can't drink pop, 7-Up, Coca-Cola. You can't even drink the diets because they have aspartame in them. NutraSweet. NutraSweet is an excitoneurotoxin. You want brain cancer? Drink diet pop. I guarantee if you don't die of something else real soon, you're going to get brain cancer. Remember that. NutraSweet is a deadly poison. When you go to the restaurant and you got your coffee sitting there and you go to see yellow packet, pink packet, blue packet, don't touch them. They're all poison, folks. Find yourself some stevia, stevia, Reviana. Don't get the Truvia. It's processed. Stevia, or just like sugar, which you can get at Whole Foods. It's made out of chicory, orange peel, vitamin C. Tastes like sugar. But it's not. No calories. So pay attention to these things. Very important. But aspartame is a no-no. And now there's a new one called neotame, made by the same company. You know, they want to change the name of aspartame to amino sweet, because aspartame has such a bad name now. They want to fool everyone. I don't know if they'll be allowed to do it, but they don't care now. They've invented neotame. It's worse. And I've heard that it's even appearing, or the FDA is allowing it to appear in organic products, and it doesn't have to be labeled. I can't prove that, but I've heard that. Be aware, neotame. But anyway, what can you drink? We went over the pH scale. 12-ounce Pepsi-Cola or Coke is what? 2.5 pH. Stomach acid is about 1.8. Why would you drink that? You're acidifying your body. So you can't drink pop. And you go to the grocery store and you look, well, this is vitamin water. I'm going to drink that. It's got vitamins in it. Don't touch it. Bottled water. Bottled water is usually all acid, regardless of what it says, even if it's like Arrowhead is a spring water. But you buy Arrowhead in Oregon or you buy it in Texas, it'll have different pHs. And what happens is that bottled water was probably bottled a year to 3 years before you get it. And the last time I checked, we didn't like things in plastic containers, especially if they've been sitting there for at least a year. I would be wary of that. But you go to Gatorade. Gatorade's got to be good because all the football players and basketball players drink it, right? So it must be great for us. High fructose corn syrup. Let's get up to that 175 pounds of sugar as fast as we can. That's what happens. So what I discovered is that there's hardly anything that cancer patients can drink. You know, if you've got a good well and a good well water, that's one thing. But how many people have that? Most Americans live in cities today, you know. They have fluoride and chlorine in their tap water. By the way, don't ever drink that. And so I was struggling to find things that cancer patients could drink until someone called me one day and they said, there's a meeting tonight and they're going to be talking about ionized water. And I said, what? Ionized water? I said, doesn't matter. Go see it. You need to go. So I did. I'll tell you what, my eyes were really open, but I had to do my own study and my own testing. So I studied water and ionized water for probably about 3 or 4 months. So I really wanted to find out what this was all about. Because I'd heard some amazing claims. And I thought, like most people thought, it's water. It's only water. That was my mistake. It was truly a mistake. I mean, water comes in many different forms, does it not? It can be salt water. It can be Hunza water. How many know of Hunza water, which is also called glacier milk? When the water comes down out of the Hindu Kush and the Himalayas, you know, it's coming from the pristine glaciers and it's just tumbling down over the rocks and the sand. And this is actually naturally ionized water. It has a milky look to it. If you go into Hunzakat land there in northern Pakistan and you're a guest, they'll set 2 containers of water in front of you. One is crystal clear, the other one is milky. And of course, all the Americans pick up the one that's really clear. It's a wrong choice. It's absolutely the wrong choice. because the other one is naturally ionized. It's naturally alkaline, and it's filled with antioxidants. It's a health food. That's the one that I would drink. So I studied water, and I learned more about ionized water. And I'm not going to go over all of that with you today, but it was astonishing to me how it is made. And I'm going over this for a particular reason, which I will tell you at the end. But the water is made by splitting the water molecule using electrolysis, basically, into alkaline water, which is OH negative, and acid water, which is the H plus, because you've got H2O, right? You split that, you get H plus, OH minus. The H plus is the acid water goes down the drain. The OH negative is the one you drink because it's alkaline. And you can make it via this process be alkaline to different stages, 8.5, 9.0, 9.5, even up to 11.5. But you can also make it very acid. And we wouldn't drink that water, but when water gets below about 2.7 pH, you use it for an antiseptic. It kills almost every bacteria known to man. And it works well. So I was studying this water, and I started to really learn what this process was and why it was important and why it made a difference. And I discovered that it wasn't just water any longer. Even though you use tap water that comes down and goes through a filter first and then goes into the ionization chamber and splits the water molecule and comes out, it comes out a different substance. And this substance is really amazing. It has three basic characteristics I'm going to tell you about just briefly, and then we're going to move on. It is what is called low microcluster, which is very important because if you've got a golf ball that's this big and you're trying to put the golf ball in a hole that's about the same size, it's pretty hard to do. But if the golf hole is this big and the golf ball is this big, then it goes in much easier. It's the same idea with microclustering. You drink a glass of tap water, the molecules of water might be clustered in 20 molecules. And it's really hard for it then to get into your body and be utilized by your body. And it's actually said that probably not more than 17 to 20% of the water that you drink, even as used by your body, just passes through because it's not usable. So this microclustered water comes in clusters of only like 4 or 5 or 6. And so I can drink 12 or 14 ounces of this water, the only thing that doesn't need digestion. And then I can go jump on a trampoline within 2 or 3 minutes, and there's no swishing in my stomach because it's already left. It's already getting into the tissues. That's important. The water is reshaped to a hexagonal shape, which matches your cells, and so it goes in real easy. Second thing is the water is very alkaline. And what do we say about the human body and alkalinity and acidity? What would you rather be? I'd rather be alkaline. Fact is that most people aren't alkaline. They're acid. So we need to do something about that. I told you the best way used to be to alkalinize the body to eat the right diet. And it's still one of the best ways, but it's not the best way anymore. The best way is to drink this ionized water. Flood your body with this ionized water, because if you're drinking 9.5 pH water, it is alkalinizing your body. But it's doing something else which is just critically important, especially for cancer patients. It's flooding the body with antioxidants. Each 12-ounce glass, this isn't quite 12 ounces, has more antioxidants in it. Are antioxidants good for us?
Yes.
More antioxidants in that glass than all the organic fruits and vegetables you could possibly eat in one day. That's one glass. That doesn't get you free of the cancer diet, folks. You still need to eat that way. But this water floods your body with antioxidants, giving up the electrons, neutralizing the free radicals in your body, very important for cancer patients. Now, where's the proof? Some of you are thinking that right now. Well, works in theory, works on paper. How does it work in the human body? That's always what's important to me. You can show me your clinical trials. You can show me the Petri dish. You can show me the test tube. You can show me that only 3 rats died from the last drug that we gave it, so it must be good. That's not proof. When you think about all these tests that are done on laboratory animals, they give the animals cancer in the first place. So it's not inherent, or it wasn't just grown by the animal. And so it's a different scenario to start with. And it's not the human body, because they're rats. They're mice. It's not the same. And it rarely works the same in human beings. This water works in human beings. It will not cure cancer. I need to say that. There's no individual thing that I talk about tonight that will cure cancer. Remember, it's the human immune system. But if you support that immune system, it will heal you, and it will heal your cancer. That's what this water does. Here's the proof. You'll read some of the testimonies in this book, but I have talked to literally thousands and thousands of people who use not just ionized water, but a special kind of ionized water. They're not all the same. That was part of my study, because there's a number of companies that make a number of different ionizers out there. I'm not telling anybody what to buy. I don't sell water ionizers. I don't sell anything but this book. That way I can be objective. What I discovered is that one of these companies rose to the top by far. I couldn't get anyone to give me any testimonies from some of this other equipment, and there's a reason for that. And I don't have time to go over all of it tonight, but if you're wondering, if you want to buy a water ionizer and you're wondering what to get, you need to do your homework, because there have been tragic things that happen to people who made the wrong choice. I mean, even to poisonings, folks, and I know that because I've seen it. You want to make sure you get the right one. Again, I'm not telling you what to buy. Do your homework and find out. I can tell you what I discovered after all of my months of study. I discovered that one company called the Enagic Company, who makes several different ionizers, the premier one is the SD501, their technology was just head and shoulders above anyone else. Their water was the same every time. In other words, a month later, your 9.5 water wasn't 7.5 or 8.0. It was still 9.5. And we test that ORP, those antioxidants, that oxygen reduction potential, the negative charge on the water. That's so important because it's alkaline and it's healing and it's antioxidants. We can test that. And almost every other company told me that ORP is gone, that negative charge is gone in 24 hours. And I said, well, why is everyone hauling away gallons of water then if it's gone in 24 hours? What good is that water? I didn't get any answer for that one. So I did my own test. I poured myself a gallon of the 9.5 Kangen water is what they call it, and sealed it up tight, put it in a cool place on a floor, and put a towel over it, because heat and light and temperature, light, motion, different things will affect this water. So I waited for 5 days before I tested it, because everyone told me the ORP is gone. In other words, when I say gone, it's no longer minus. It goes to 0 and then starts going to plus, which then makes it an oxidant rather than an antioxidant, a ruster, rusting your body from the inside out like Coca-Cola does. Know what happens when you put a penny in a Coke? I don't need to tell you. You already know. So I tested this water, and it was still minus 100 after 5 days. That's a good thing. That's why no one else would tell me for a long time how long the ORP would last. But I've drunk this water for several years now, and I know what it does. Again, I've talked to the cancer patients, and that's where the proof is in the pudding. Not only cancer patients, but people with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all kinds of maladies. And you know what? I've only had one person out of the thousands that I've talked to tell me, and this was at the Cancer Control Society a week and a half ago, say that the water didn't do anything for her. I'm not sure I believed her, but that's what she told me. Didn't do anything. And I can tell you that if you drink this water and you have a glass a day, it may not do anything for you. It's not enough. Especially if you're a cancer patient. You need to overwhelm the body with nutrition, and you need to overwhelm the body with antioxidants. I have people call me all day, every day. Bad cases of cancer. What do I do? Their doctors have given them no hope. And I said, well, tell me, are you still upright and mobile? And they go, well, yeah. Can you still walk around? Well, yeah. So what would happen if your cancer never ever got any worse than it is right now? If it was stopped dead in its tracks, never got any worse, could you live with it? And they go, well, yeah, I suppose. I said you wouldn't want to. You want to be healed. But you could live with it. Now that's an important point. That should give you hope, because it tells you you do not have enough cancer in your body to kill you. That's hope. And these people latch onto that immediately. So I say we have a three-pronged thing that we have to do. We've got to stop the cancer cells from growing. We've got to feed the good cells. And then we need to kill the cancer cells. That's what we need to do. What does that? The human immune system. It will do it